How to make money with Facebook groups. In the past few days, I've been talking about the importance of having multiple revenue streams, being cash rich so that you can invest and make your money work for you. This is more important than ever now that many people are losing their jobs due to the coronavirus economy. And on top of that, they may need cash if, God forbid, they encounter the COVID-19, especially in the US, where healthcare is obviously a problem. The truth is that I've been feeling really bad saying this firsthand, that even some of our Invest Divas lost their jobs as a result. They're not able to invest at a time which literally all the good stocks could go on an ultimate sale. So I've been talking with entrepreneurs whose superpower is making money out of thin air. And one of them is Chantelle Paige Turner. She's an author and founder of Stronger Mommy and Not Yet Notable. And through her incredible journey of becoming a mom to a special needs child, she found the power of Facebook pages not just to help others, but also to create revenue stream for herself and her family. Today, she's going to teach us her 4-step framework to starting, launching, and making money with Facebook groups and network marketing. Yep, the app we all love to hate could be the one generating revenue for us. In the comments, let me know how your life has changed with the COVID-19 pandemic and if you're looking for additional revenue streams. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Kiana Danial. I'm the founder of the Invest Diva movement, a tribe of proactive moms who want to create a better life for themselves and their kids too. We don't just rely on our husbands, the bank, or money managers to determine our financial future. We take control of our money because we know that things can simply change in a blink of an eye, and our financial independence is essential, not just for us, but for our children and their kids to come too. I publish new videos every single day, so make sure you click on that subscribe button so you never miss out on a future episode. Now let's go say hi to Chantelle and learn all about making money with Facebook groups for beginners. Welcome, Chantelle. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
I know that you have like a ton of things going on, being locked at home. Your daughter is like staying at home with you. I honestly have no idea how people are doing it. How are you doing this?
Day by day, definitely. We were already on 1 week of spring break before this really happened. And so week 3 of spring break now is getting a little bit crazy. And we are also literally closing on a house in 2 days and moving next week. So life around here is a little bit nuts, but doing well.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You're moving during the lockdown. All right. Hats off to you. Be safe. Please wash your hands. I'm like, try, please be safe.
Thank you. It's definitely not as bad here in Arizona as other parts of the country. So
is it because it's warmer?
I think it just hasn't gotten here as much. We're a little bit more spread out than, population density wise, we're a little bit more spread out. Right. And I think, having areas like California and New York that got hit so hard, Arizona took a lot of action to kind of like try and be safer. So I think we had a little bit of a head start there.
Yeah, that's awesome because like not in New York. I'm actually in Connecticut, Westport. Like we're in a completely in a suburban area, and all the houses are spread out. Our town has been hit the hardest in whole Connecticut. Whole Connecticut. We have the highest number of cases, so we're just like completely paranoid. But yeah, so I mean, regardless of that, don't take it for granted. Please be safe. And I'm so happy that you got to be here. And I know your story is just super. Like when you told us your story on the cruise in January, I was like, oh my gosh, I had no idea that you had like your daughter. You had to go through this with your daughter. Can you tell me a little bit, and our audience, a little bit about your backstory and why? How you got here, and then we're gonna really jump into how to create an additional income, especially during these times with a little one at home. So please take it away from here.
Yeah, well, hopefully it's something your audience can relate to a little bit. But prior to having my daughter, I was in corporate America. So I was in sales, happily climbing that corporate ladder. And my husband and I decided we want to start a family. We got pregnant right away, felt very lucky for that. Had a great pregnancy. And then during my daughter's birth, she actually had a stroke in utero just before birth. And we didn't know at the time that that's what it was. I just went into labor. I was having some complications. They did an emergency C-section, and they actually, once they got her out, said she was great. Everything looked good. And for like 2 hours, we got to be this blissfully happy new family, first baby, first grandbaby to the family. And then her temperature was low and her blood sugar was low. And it took about 3 days of different tests to figure out what was going on with her. She was having seizures and all sorts of stuff. And so eventually the neurologist came and told us that she had had an in utero stroke, a pretty severe one, that a large portion of her brain was dead, the way he put it, which was devastating, and that she would have cerebral palsy and sensory processing disorder and seizures and all sorts of complications. And he really couldn't give us a prognosis. In fact, we nicknamed him Dr. Doom and Gloom because he proceeded to physically act out what cerebral palsy would look like for her. And it was devastating as brand new parents. And so we went for, 11 days we were in the NICU. During that time, social workers were telling us that they were applying for things, and we're trying to figure out how to just be parents and all of that going on. Okay. And when we left the hospital, I was really focused on getting her as much help as she could get, right? All the services and support that she needed. Wasn't really focused on myself, wasn't worried about the financials. I mean, I had a good job, I had good insurance, and the hospital said they were applying for stuff. And then 6 months down the road, the bills started to roll in. And the insurance did not cover a big majority of her bills.
Same thing happened to us, actually, which is ridiculous.
It's insane. And the hospital did not apply for what they said. I had piles of paperwork. I couldn't remember what they told me. I was a brand new mom with all this, on my shoulders. And unfortunately, even once I figured out what I could apply for and we qualified, they don't backdate. So we had to figure out how to pay off those medical bills. We had planned for a mainstream child financially. My husband had a good job and I had a good job, but we had not planned for $100,000 worth of medical debt from her birth.
That's crazy.
And that's when I found the internet. That's when I discovered, for me, it was network marketing. Didn't work out the first time, but luckily the second time around, trying it again, it did work really well for me. But that's where I made my first dollar online. And I kind of had that spark that I think a lot of people go through where they go, oh my God, it's possible. Like I knew it was possible, but like it's real. You can make money on the internet legally and it works.
Right. So it's just so crazy. Every time you tell the story, it truly brings tears to my eyes because like I had a C-section and we had things were so tough on us and my daughter was perfectly okay and nothing happened. And I can only imagine like when you first told me the story, I was like, oh, okay. She's like, just like me. And then bam, no, oh my gosh, you had it like 100 times worse than me. And how did you manage? And the hospital thing, it is weird because with us too, we thought like we called the hospital and they said, yeah, your insurance has covered everything. So ours wasn't 100,000, but it was significant. It was about $50,000 that the insurance they mismanaged and we had to pay. It was a year that I had to pay like $200,000 in tax too. And we were like, oh my God, like things can get out of hand fast. And obviously right now with coronavirus, people are losing their jobs and they're panicking. They're like, what are we going to do? And at the same time, I'm trying to tell them, hey, go invest. And they're like, hey, I don't even have a job to go invest. Where to get the money? So that's why I've been like really focusing on how to create an additional income stream fast so that you can invest. And I'm super excited to have you because like you have been very, very successful creating Facebook groups that are actually profitable because like in our mom's group, like in Westport here, I'm an admin of a mom's group and and my friend, she's awesome. She had brain surgery, a tumor, and she's just all about Facebook groups, but none of it is really for money. It's just for helping other moms, which is great. But the matter of the fact is that you can actually make money and help other people at the same time. First of all, I want you guys to understand there is nothing shameful about it because, there's this whole thing about money and like, oh my God, am I going to charge people? Can you tell us a little about how, because you're literally in special needs moms Facebook group. And I know that you're an awesome person and you're not like a person who's going to take advantage of it. Can you tell us first, like, how do you make this in a way that your conscious is like feeling great about it and everybody's happy about making money?
Yeah. So early on, I realized that I wanted to help the special needs community after I kind of got our finances under control and was really getting my daughter a lot of the services she needed. And I was seeing her progression, seeing her do so well. I had a mentor reach out and say, hey, you should help other parents. And I think sometimes when we're good at something, we think like we're not special. So for me, I was like, every special needs mom knows all this stuff. Like, who am I, right? My kid's 6 months old or a year old at the time. And there are parents who have 10-year-olds with multiple different kids with special needs. Like, who am I? And so I started to join these other Facebook groups where there were a lot of special needs parents. I was looking to connect. I didn't really know anyone who had a child with special needs. And what I found was I seemed to be the person with all the answers. People would ask a question and I would answer it. And pretty soon I realized, why am I building this group and this engagement for somebody else? And I didn't like the way that it was being run. There was very little control within the group, and women in general, if any women are listening, they'll know, like, women get vicious. And I don't understand, but there is something in a lot of women where they enjoy tearing other women down, and it's horrible and wrong, and it makes me sad, but it happens so much. And I was seeing it in this group where of all the places you would think support should be here. And so I'm like, I am done with these other groups where I'm giving all the answers, I'm giving all the support, and I don't even like the environment. I'm creating my own. And so I created Stronger Mommies with the focus of helping parents who had children with special needs get the resources, services, support, and community that they needed. And very early on, I asked, as I was starting to create that and connecting with other special needs parents, what are the biggest things? Like, what's the biggest thing you know right now you wish you knew sooner? And what's the biggest thing you need help with? And I took all of those answers and I distilled them down into different segments. And then I recorded an entire 38 video course, which I was like, I'm going to sell this. And it wasn't necessarily to make me rich. It was to help us cover our bills, but also to help all of these parents. So I'm like, I have the answers. I put it into a course. It's going to be amazing. And so I started running ads. And very early on, I had a woman comment on the ad. It was like $67. I was not asking a lot for the insane amount of value that was in this. And I had a woman comment saying something along the lines of, I am an absolutely disgusting person for taking advantage of the special needs community by charging for this. It should be free. And I really took a step back in that moment to think, oh my God, am I? Like, am I a disgusting person? Right? I think
yeah, you can't help to take it personally. Yeah, 100%.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so I really looked at that, and I talked with my mentor at the time. And one of the really, really big things that he kind of communicated to me was, how many people can you help if it's free? And I'm like, well, probably 5, right? I mean, my time and my resource, and I've got to pay our bills. I've got to work. I could probably help 5
And you
people.
have a kid who's special needs, right? It's
right. Yeah. And so I realized, like, he helped me realize that, you know, when I'm charging for something, they're going to value it more. If it was just free, they'd likely never go through it at all. So they're not going to get the value out of it. But I'm also charging for something that's highly valuable, that's worth way more than I'm charging for it. And because I charge for it, it allows me to help more people. I can expand, I can grow, I can bring in a team so that I can continue to help more and more and more people. And so I think if you're out there going, well, I want to start a group, I wanted to, you know, build a community around something, but I'm afraid to sell anything to people because, you know, like that doesn't feel right. If you don't sell it to them, if you don't get it out into the marketplace, a lot of times you're actually doing a disservice to them because it's something they need. So if I just held on to this course and never sold it, never did anything with it, I'm hurting people because it has the solutions they need.
Right. I mean, that is absolutely the approach that, I mean, we've been taking. Russell has been, I've been working on myself as well, because previously when I started my business and I'm teaching people about money, and they're like, yes, first of all, if you're making so much money, why do you have to charge me for it? And I'm like, well, it's something in addition to what I'm doing that I'm doing for you. So you have to get comfortable and with the fact that charging money is not bad. Is not bad. You're actually helping them, first of all, value you. It's going to help you to offer more and more every time, and your time is valuable and they'll value it. So there's a lot of things you have to really work on your money mindset and understand the abundance of money, even through these times that you may have lost, your people may have lost their jobs, but still there is an abundance of money. Like literally the government is printing money out of thin air. Money is just an image. So really get over yourself with this, oh my God, I shouldn't be charging people money, because you're helping them. When I see it firsthand as well, like when I charge people for my course, they put a lot more energy into it. Whereas when I give it free to my sister, she has not looked at it in the past 10 years. So that is the value right there. When you have skin in the game, you actually make it happen. And that's what you want for these people, to make it happen, actually reach their goals. So that's step number 1, actually make yourself comfortable with charging people money. And second is, and at this times, we've been talking about, okay, how can we make an additional income stream quick? And Facebook groups are obviously something that I want to actually take on as well. So what are some of the steps? Because like some people, they might have something on their own that they want to sell. Some people want to sell somebody else's and promote somebody else's product so that they can take a revenue and affiliate, or how do you call it, in whatever it is, affiliate marketing money fee off of it. So what are some of the steps that you found valuable in making these Facebook groups and turning them into actually paid membership?
Yeah. So, I mean, I got started online in network marketing. I didn't have something of my own to sell. I came out of an audiovisual career in corporate America. So I didn't have what I thought was any skills or even anything that I could sell online. So I thought, okay, well, I'll sell somebody else's product. And it was a great, I call it like a gateway into internet, right? Into internet entrepreneurship, because I didn't have all the risk that I think comes with starting a business. When you start a business, there's a ton of risk, especially brick and mortar, because then you're paying for a building and power and water and all those things, right? But even an online business, whether it's in e-commerce, then you're going to need product, or even if it's digital and it's info, you've got to go and create all of those assets. And so there's a lot of risk and a lot of time that happens with starting a business from scratch, whether it's affiliate or network marketing or anything really where you're able to leverage the business that someone else has already created, and you can earn a percentage of the income based on the people that you bring to that business. It's great. It's a great place to start. Is it the place that I think everybody should stay forever? No, because you're only earning a percentage, right? But it's such a good gateway before you have to stress over all of the pieces. You don't have to be a business-minded person to do affiliate marketing. You don't have to know how to actually run a business. You should set up things like, and no business advice here, you should set up things like an LLC, but you don't have to start there. You can literally start in network marketing or affiliate marketing just as you yourself. And
so the interesting thing is, I started the business first, and for me, affiliate marketing, network marketing sounds so complicated and it's so scary. So it's like, I've had a business for years, for a decade. I'm like, oh, how do we get started? Let's get into it.
So the easiest way to get started is figure out who is your target audience. And everybody always says, well, if it's going to be affiliate marketing or network marketing or something, how do I figure out the who, right? It's for everyone. Or they're like, well, I don't really know who I want to go after. Dig into your backstory. I was talking with somebody the other day about this very thing. What's your backstory? What's the thing? Like for me, it was being a special needs parent. That's what drove me forward into where I wanted to niche down. It was being a special needs parent. And so it was really important to me that I helped those people in that community in that case. And I talked with a guy the other day. He used to be an airline mechanic and then got hurt and wasn't able to do that anymore. And he's like, so I'm trying to do affiliate marketing and network marketing. I don't know what to sell or who to sell to. Well, your background, all of your knowledge and the way that you connect and communicate is in airline mechanics. That's what you used to do. Like that was your life. So figure out what can you do or sell to people that you would already naturally connect with, that would connect with you based on your story. And I think we all have something in our lives that is that story. So that's the first place to start, is who are you going to go after? And then I think you find something that fits your who.
Right. So first of all, can I pause here and just salute you? Like, this is like, do you remember that BBC guy who had their kid coming and they had the whole meltdown? You're like, oh, this is how women operate, by the way. I love it. I love it. Like, and by the way, so what you said is absolutely true. So if you're like a yoga instructor, if you had whatever it is that your backstory, whatever it is that you think is not even significant, there are people who can identify with it. Like if it's a small town that you come from or whatever it is, people can identify with it. It is a big deal, and that can attract other people to come into your group, right?
Yeah, anything. If you love to meditate, if you're a vegan, if you have a fascination with model toy cars, like it doesn't matter. Think of hobbies, think of the foods you eat, think of the things you love, the jobs you've had. What are you passionate about? And whether you drink or not, but like, who do you want to sit down and have a beer with, kind of thing, right? Who would you want to hang out with? I drink wine, but who would you want to hang out with on a consistent basis? We're talking about building a community. So don't just think of this as something on the internet. These are real human beings on the other side of a screen. Would you want to actually spend time with these people in person? If the answer is yes, you're on the right track. If you're like, oh my God, I would never want to be in a room with these people, wrong niche, pick something else.
Right, because I mean, and this is going to be somewhere that you're going to be managing and you're going to be spending and answering questions. You don't want to deal with people who are going to create headaches for you because you already have enough headaches. You don't want to, you want to have people who are actually supportive, positive, whatever it is that you are. I mean, if you're a negative person, then maybe you want to have a bunch of other negative people. I don't know. I don't think those people are actually watching this video. So that's a great start. Okay, what's next?
So once you figured out your who, and I will drop the caveat of you might try a who and then get some of those people and realize that those are not the people you want to connect with. And then you might have to go fish for a new who. So don't get down if you're like, you start to attract people and you go, oh my God, I don't ever want to meet any of these people in person. They drive me nuts. Just think, okay, what am I doing that's attracting these people? And then how do I change that to kind of refine who I'm actually going after? So it's okay, because I did that when I first started. And then you need to get your group going, and it's really easy. Facebook does not require a lot of work to actually use their groups. They're actually pushing people towards groups now more than ever. There's ads, they're spending billions of dollars because they want that community on their platform. So it's very easy. You can create a group, and if you don't know how to actually create one, quote unquote, you can look it up. Facebook has tons of tutorials for
you. Have a great group that actually teaches how to do that, right?
Yeah, I do. I have a group called Not Yet Notable. It's totally free, and I teach you how to actually get your group started. But once you build your group, you want to take advantage of some of the things that Facebook has in place that will help you refine who's coming in, so that we're only getting our dream customers into our group. And you need to think of these people as customers. They are going to be a customer in the future. That's the goal. So start thinking of them that way now. And so what we're doing is we're figuring out, how do we get them to raise their hand and say, yes, I'm a perfect person, or no, I'm not. And so we leverage the 3 questions that Facebook gives us to be able to refine that. Question number 1 for me is that yes or no. Are you a perfect fit for this or not? So for my special needs parenting group, that question number 1, and I put in big bold letters, required, because people need very specific directions.
Right.
Required, are you currently parenting a child with special needs? If they answer anything other than yes, I don't let them in. I've had people say, no, but I'm a single mom of 6. That's incredible. I don't think I could be a single mom of 6. More power to you. Go find a single moms group. Right. This is not for you. Right. And so we have to be selective. This is that one time when you can be like a really selective jerk about who's coming in, because
it's for their own good. It's for their own good too, because they're not actually finding the answers they're looking for in that group. Right.
Not only that, but when you have a group of very specific, correct people that all have common pain points, they will support each other. They will get it. And the activity inside the group just grows. And all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, I found all my friends in one place. When there's a bunch of people that don't quite belong there because you weren't as selective as you should have been, it's going to get very inactive. People aren't going to want to spend time there. They're not going to feel comfortable posting about something that maybe only a select people would get. So again, example, inside the special needs group, people talk about things that outside in the mainstream world would get hated on, would get looked down upon. But inside of the special needs group, they get supported, they get love, they feel like they're accepted. It's totally different. And so it's a very different dynamic, and that creates a lot of trust. And that's essentially what we're getting towards, is getting your members to trust you, because people buy from people they trust. They buy from people they know and they like, but ultimately it's the trust that transfers the dollar. And so that's what's really important. And so use that question number 1 to refine your who. Question number 2, I like to find out how you got to my group, because I'm always looking to figure out what efforts am I making that are making the biggest difference. We want to put our energy or our dollars, whatever you've got, that, like, I do all organic marketing, meaning I don't pay to bring people in. So if you're like, I don't have money, this is free. This costs you $0 to do. So don't even worry about it. Start your group. If you refine who's coming in and you do it organically, Facebook will actually start to realize who your dream customer is, and they'll go find those people and send them to your group for you. So I get people all the time that say, Facebook showed me this group. Thanks, Facebook. Appreciate the free help, you know?
Yeah.
And so, and then question number 3, we're building our list. So we ask for their email address. 90% of people will hand it over, no problem. If they don't, I still let them in. I can get their email later. But I'm then I use a software called Group Convert that automatically pulls those emails and puts them into a list for me. So now I use that.
I bought it actually, and then I forgot to use it. So now I'm getting like empowered to go and use it.
I did not create it. It was created by a woman. So there we go, Divas.
I know. No, I found out about it in your group because I came to your group to learn about this whole Facebook thing, and then I got super busy and I forgot about it. You guys, if you're watching from home, don't let things distract you. This is the best time to actually get this stuff done. So I'm gonna have your Facebook group name over here or here on top of your head. And people just go and find Chantelle because like this is awesome. I actually made the group and then I just forgot to launch it. So I'm gonna go ahead and launch it.
Yeah, and when launching, I think people also get stressed about, well, how do I launch it, right? How do I get people there?
That's me right now. Okay, tell me.
So I'll tell you really fast, and there's so many details to this, so you may need to come into the group to get more info, but there's a 7-day, I call it a 7-day launch strategy, and you're really just leveraging the way that the Facebook algorithm works over 7 days. The first couple days that you start posting on Facebook about something, very few people will see it. Facebook's trying to figure out who they should show it to, because they can't show it to everyone that you're connected to. And I do it as a public post, so anyone could see it.
Right.
And then as you start to—
Oh, so this is outside of the Facebook group. This is on your own Facebook page.
Yeah, this is on your timeline, your business page, your personal page, wherever you could possibly think that you would find your dream customers.
Right.
Or somebody who might be related to your dream customers, so they might hit the share button.
Right.
And so over the 7 days, you're basically talking about, and there's different pinpoints that you hit on each day, but essentially the concept here is that you're talking about who am I, who is my dream customer, so you have 2 who's, who am I, who is my dream customer, what do I have, which is the Facebook group, and why should they come?
Right.
That's it. So who, what, why, and that's it. And you're kind of changing that up in different posts over 7 days, but the way that the algorithm works is that days 1 through 3, a couple people will see it. Most people might say, yes, I'm interested, but probably you won't get a lot of traffic. Days 4, 5, 6, and especially 7, Facebook will start to go, ooh, this type of person is the person that's the best to be reading this post. This type of person seems to click on this post, like this post, respond to this post. Let me show it to more of this type of person. And so traffic picks up, and it's why we do it over 7 days. During this entire time, your group is not officially open. People can have the link, they can go join it. Don't ever put the link in the actual post, send it to them from a comment. Once they comment, you can send them the link. But they are sitting and holding. They'll be able to answer the questions, and then they'll just sit there. And you tell them, hey, the group is opening on Monday, April 12th. I don't even know if that's Monday, but whatever, right? Like that's when the group is opening. And then on that day you open it and everyone floods in at once. This relieves all of that stress of like, oh, but only 2 people might be in my group. Or, you know, like, how's that going to feel? It won't, because you're going to flood everyone in all at once.
Right. And then I remember from when I went through your courses that like, don't worry even about like having things on the group prior to people coming in, right?
Yeah, you don't have to worry about any of that. You don't have to pre-build anything. Right. So that's kind of what's nice about the way that I teach things, and I think different than the way that a lot of other people teach it. I take all the stress off. I'm a pretty like low stress, very little time, easiest path to success kind of person.
We can see, like obviously right now.
Minimum effort, maximum result is usually my motto. And so that's really what it is. You don't have to worry about what's in the group. Build the place for them to come, have a great description of what the group is, have a good welcome post and a good welcome video, which I go through why and all of that inside my course. Have a good welcome post and a good welcome video. And then do your 7-day launch, get people in holding to come in. And then when you open the group up, usually we do 1 to 2 weeks of daily activity to really spark the group, get everybody to get to know each other and get everybody talking. And then after those 1 to 2 weeks of free training and all of that, where you've given a lot of value, you can drop down to just 1 weekly live, which is great because people can then focus their energy on attending that one instead of trying to figure out how they're going to come on every day. 1 weekly live. And 1, I call it a win post. So it's where people get to share something great that's happening in their lives. With
Winning Wednesday.
And that's all
we have it too. Yeah. Right. And then from there, you can just take it to the next steps to using that to selling whatever product that you have or other people's products. And I know that Chantelle, you've like put a lot of effort in creating this course that I actually took, and it's absolutely for you guys. You have to go check it out. And I really want you guys to do this because this is the time. And I know that a lot of you guys are in trouble because of everything that is going down. And even if you're not, I think it is awesome to have an additional income stream, because then you can have an additional fund so that you can start investing and you can make it grow even better. There's no time better than right now if you're home. And I know that you have your hands tight. I think that Chantelle just set a perfect example that you can just do all these things. And this is our superpower as women, as moms. We can just do just only things at the time. This is one thing that I really, truly believe that you should trust and put your focus and energy in. Chantelle, thank you so much for being here. I know, oh my God, you're moving in 2 days and you came here. I cannot appreciate you more for being here. And your beautiful daughter, she's so sweet. Oh my God.
Well, thank you so much for having me on. And, for everyone out there, I want you to know that I feel for you. Truly, I do. If you are going through financial hardship right now, my husband makes the majority of our income. He's been our breadwinner for a while. I used to be, and then we kind of traded roles. And now it looks like I'm going to pick things up again because he's in the event industry, which is all but shut down at the moment.
Oh my gosh.
And so I get it. I get what it's like to go, oh my God, I literally just lost a huge chunk of my income because I can't go to work. Work told me it's not happening.
You're not essential to the whatever it is, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Non-essential. Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel so grateful that I have a community that I can fall back on, that I have a space that I can help, that I can grow, and that I can help other people in a way, not just saying like, oh, I get it. Like things are hard for you. I totally get it. I can relate. Let's do this. Let's get online. Let's help people. Now more than ever, people need a community because they can't go out and connect with people. And this isolation thing, like I'm okay with it because I work at home all the time. So it's not a big deal to me. I'm pretty much isolated on a regular basis. Most people are not used to this.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying to capitalize on it, but you should. Now's the time to create a place where they desperately need community of like-minded people. Give them that place. They will love you forever. And then don't be afraid to find a perfect solution for those people there, whether it's affiliate or something, your own business. If you're a brick and mortar, see how you can transfer it online, whatever you've got, and actually give them something they need.
Right. And remember that money is just a tool for exchange. So again, thank you so much, Chantelle. Go to that little one. Hi. Thank you so much for joining. And again, Chantelle, hats off to you. Be safe, please. Have a happy moving. And you guys in the comments, let me know what is your who. That was the first question. Let me know in the comments who's your who that you think is going to be perfect for you to start your group and start getting going. And don't forget to subscribe and like this video and share with anyone who wants to have an additional income stream. This was just nuggets of gold that Chantelle just gave us. And I'll see you in the next video of Invest Diva Movement.
Thank you so much for having me on.
Thank you. We have a tradition. You might have to make a silly face, and you can do it together with your daughter. Do it.
Make a silly face. Stick your tongue out. Ready? 1, 2, 3.